Peace, everyone. Baba Kilindi here, back from a successful trip to Mexico, to Oaxaca and San Jose, um, the Pacifico, um, and that was a great trip. There, I smoked the toad, and also participated in a ceremony in the Zapotec Mountains with the food of the gods, and greeted the Olmec, Toltec, Aztec, and Mayan elders in the mountains there after climbing the mountain. Like to thank everybody for your continued support of our work. We have a couple of things coming up. We have the Sisters of the Sacred Black retreat coming up in August, and we have the Women in Entheogens Conference coming up in September in Cleveland, Ohio, the 15th, 16th, and 17th of September. And we also have the World African Martial Arts Conference coming up the last weekend in October. So we have quite a few things going on for whatever you're interested in as far as martial arts, entheogens, things like that. Also, want to let everybody know that we are finishing up our getting out the crystals to everybody. Sorry if you haven't gotten yours as of yet, because we do the crystals. They have to be done one at a time, and I do them, and I'm the only one doing them. So there were quite a few going out. So we're getting the last of those done. We still have a few left for those people who want to get in on our project dealing with the transdimensional crystals, of which there are maps encoded into the crystals for travel that pair with the entheogens, with the psychedelics, with the hallucinogenics of the tryptamine hallucinogens. And what they do is they are able to take you to a particular place in the multiverse where we will meet up and sojourn together into that place and be able to build on a higher dimension. We also have the infinity discs. The infinity discs are in a class by themselves. They're the Dragon Night Pearl. Only in the literature, as far as gems are concerned, only a very short time ago, because only the certain kings in Africa, Mongolia, Mongolian emperors and emperors of China had these. They're called Yimingzu in Chinese, and they usually come in balls. But what's happened is they've cut these balls into discs, and you wear them as a pendant, and they are in a class by themselves, along with the infinity crystals. The transdimensional crystals, which have the maps and also can download your actual trips. In other words, one of the difficulties with tripping with mushrooms, DMT, and things like this is that it can be difficult to get back to places that you want to get back. It kind of pulls you in, and you kind of go where you go. You know, it takes a lot of discipline to be able to get back to where you wanted to go, or where you've been. These are actual quantum computers, and you can download your experiences into the crystal and have those experiences be revisited, or the places that you've been revisited. In other words, it's like going to Los Angeles. You know, you need a map to go to Los Angeles. You know, and when you use your map, you get to Los Angeles. You use your map to come back home. Then when you want to go to Los Angeles again, you still have a map to be able to utilize it. And that's what's going on with the crystals. So you have to message me, Facebook message me, inbox me. We have a few left. After this cycle is done, we won't be doing anymore, because we have to get all of the people who have their crystals up to speed and utilization. We'll be having actual classes on how to utilize these crystals. Now, this is a technology and a way of thinking and thought that hasn't been around since around 12,600 BC, when many of the older civilizations that were pre-Mesopotamian, pre-Kemetic, pre-Vedic civilizations had their technology and utilized crystalline technology to be able to do the exact same things that we're doing right now. We will be having those classes real soon. We will have everybody their crystals real soon who haven't received them, because like I said, they're done one at a time. But if you haven't gotten your crystal, there are a few left, and these are only for the folks, who are, dealing with the entheogens and want to have more control over what they're doing inside of their trips, to be able to go back into experiential places, plenums of information, libraries, things like this. So, hey, if you want some of these last crystals and you want to get in on the first team, get with me immediately, because once I get off this thing, if it's like the other times, people are gonna chime in immediately, and what that means is you better hurry up, because the team that's going in will be the first team in. That means, like when you went west and they said you can have all the land you want to have, just put your stake in. These will be the first people to go into these multiple dimensions, find their way there, and place their stake in the places of real estate. So get with me on Facebook Messenger. Make it to the conferences that we have coming up in the very near future, because it's going to be in the last few months. And then we're going to be doing some things next year that's going to be incredible. We're going to do a tour to the Zapotec Mountains, and one evening we're going to smoke the toad, the sacred toad, which is called the God molecule, and we're going to eat the food of the gods. And we're going to be there with the spiritual people of that area. We're going to be right in the village. We're going to be right with the people who picked the thunder landslide mushrooms. These mushrooms aren't the cow mushrooms. They're not cubensis. These are mushrooms that only grow where the lightning strikes and where the landslides on the sacred mountain have accepted that lightning, and that's where the mushrooms actually sprout. So it's a little different signature than the cubensis mushroom, but it has the whole vibe of the Olmec, the pyramid of the sun, all of that Quetzalcoatl stuff and things like that. So if you're interested in these crystals, which there is only a few left, get with me. If you're interested in the conferences, go to Eventbrite. This is me signing off. Have a good evening, and peace to you all.